When you think of a game made by Codemasters, you probably think of the Dirt series, the F1 series, or even Grid to an extent. What you don't think of is the biggest racing game ever made. Today we're talking about the most obscure and underrated Codemasters game. This is Fuel. Fuel was announced all the way back in 2005, which is 16 years ago, believe it or not. That's just crazy. Fuel was announced at E3 in 2005 and was called Grand Raid Off-Road, not Grand Theft Auto, Grand Raid Off-Road, and it was at E3 2005. The thing about this game is that people mostly thought that it was going to be a closed circuit game, much like the Forza Motorsport series, which weren't even released back then. But turns out that in a couple of short years, it'll be renamed to Fuel and was going to be the biggest game ever created. Fuel started development back in 2006, October to be specific, and started with about 35 people from Azorbo Studios. This was before it got bought out by Codemasters. In the development cycle of Fuel, there wasn't really any crunch time per se. Crunch is basically where you really gotta grind out another game just before it comes out. Something that Cyberpunk didn't have. Anyway, so because it started development in 2006 and was so early, there wasn't really any pushback date nor any crunch time. Unless you count the acquisition of Zorbo in 2007. The game uses something called the Ace engine. It is basically the game engine that Fuel runs on, which is still used today by Codemasters in their latest game, F1 2021. The release to a game like this was always going to be a bit weird. So it was released on June 2nd, 2008 for the North America release, and Europe on June the 5th for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 for Europe, and for Microsoft Windows. It's set in a post-apocalyptic United States after the sun scorched the earth, with completely free-to-roam open world, which is approximately 5,560 14,000 square kilometer size, which is roughly the size of the US state of Connecticut. In the free roaming mode, the game features the ability to drive anywhere in the game world without incurring loading times. However, crashing a vehicle or invoking the reset function to return to the road does invoke a loading screen. And I've travelled across the map before, and it took me 210 in-game miles and about 2 hours and 50 minutes. Let me put that into perspective. It's roughly the same, takes you the same time to watch the movie Interstellar, or to get from Skegness to Sheffield in England. The game is set in a Mad Max-like a post-apocalyptic world, ravaged by extreme weather fueled by global warming, with players experiencing varying weather effects such as occasional tornadoes and sandstorms, as well as an accelerated day and night cycle. The map takes place in over a map that is 14,000 square kilometers large, which is massive. The open world setting of Fuel allows players to seamlessly drive all the way up to the snowy regions of hazy mountains to deserts and forests. The game features a dynamic weather system. The reviews of this game were very mixed, with it mostly being around 5 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 review rating. Fuel has been met with mixed reviews. Many of the reviews to be unlocked were not seen as the effort, and racing mechanics have been noted as sloppy, with AI opponents leading for most of the race only to slow down towards the end to allow the player to win. I have experienced this firsthand because I was playing a race and I just were like in last place, and then all of a sudden they all slowed down. It was in an ATV race, can't remember what it was called, but yeah. So all in all, Fuel is a very, very good game. If you want a kind of road trip simulator, I'd definitely give this one a go, honestly. You can get it pretty cheap from Amazon or CEX or, wherever, possibly. It's a really good find if you do get it for a low price. Anything over about £5, I'd say. £8 is not really going to be worth it if I'm honest with you guys. But Fuel is just one of those games that I don't know. It's just something about it. I played Fuel for a bit, and it's just there's something a bit eerie about it, about the occasional traffic cars driving past, and the bigness of the map, and how everyone else is just not there and is barren, and the music doesn't really add to it. It kind of just creeps me out a bit. I don't know if it might be a bit of my autism or something like that. I don't know, but this game is a bit eerie if you think about it. But yeah, I just don't know. If you love long drives in a game and really long drives in a game, I'd definitely give this a shot. But if you don't like driving games, first of all, why are you even on this channel? And second of all, this game is definitely not for you. So I hope you enjoyed that video of Fuel. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and like. That was the entire history of Fuel. I'm trying something new by not making a video about a series, just to tide you over, because I still don't know what to do on the next entire history of series. Sorry if it seems a bit lackluster, this video. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Bye.